Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
So Narottam Das Thakur, he actually last week, we were listening how his birth was, so to say, inspired by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I know also there are many other stories where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would tell his disciples, his followers, that they will beget children that are very special. So that is the case when Radharani is there with Krishna in one person, then many special souls take birth and they have the chance to do amazing service. So we hear today about Narottam Das Thakur's childhood. It's always so auspicious and purifying to listen about the life history of great souls, because then we have a very deep feeling for them, for their life, and also for their feelings. And like this, I pray that some of the feelings of Chaitanya mercy case, like we are all mercy cases. We need the mercy. So in Narottam, he is a very great example how much mercy a soul can get, how much mercy can flow into the heart of those who want to be a Dasi of Srimati Radhika. He is not the mercy case. I am the mercy case. I'm sorry. Sometimes the tongue is just... So, childhood of Narottam Das Thakur. Like the phases of the moon, Srila Narottam grew day by day. And we remember from last week that he just came and took his body here on this planet Earth after Mahaprabhu had left. In a great festival, Raja Krishnananda, that is his father, performed a ceremony that's called Anna Prasad, or the Prashana ceremony. This is when the child eats its first grains. That's a typical Indian kind of initiation, that the child now, after receiving mother's milk and breast, now they start eating by themselves. However, when the grains were placed in his mouth, the child turned his face away. That was very amazing. Everyone became worried. But an astrologer made a calculation and said, this child will never eat anything else but Shri Krishna's prasad. You see that the empowered astrologers can see the qualities of a soul that has come. Right? Where's our Kishori? She left?
Yes, left.
My God. I'm so sorry she left.
She hasn't
So that... Huh?
No.
What?
Sorry. Just continue.
Yeah. I'm just joking. So a real astrologer, those who have been blessed by the light of knowledge and the light of love, they can look at a person's time of birth and they feel what the soul has to experience as a tendency. So when they were shocked that the child didn't want to eat the grains, because that's very unusual. Usually they make also kheer, like a sweet rice, and the children, they're very greedy about so sweet things, no? It's not that they eat big things, but like a liquid, small touch on the tongue, in the mouth. I have seen many children of the devotees who came to Mungeraj Mandir and to receive this special blessings for that child. from Gurudev's hands, because it's always a very auspicious time. So the astrologer said, this child will never eat anything else but prasad. This child is blessed by a higher taste. Radhe Radhe! My God, it's you! Oh my God, are you going on a tour? Arigatou gozaimasu. So nice to see you again. Look, Cora.
Who's there?
Who's there? In Mongi Rajwandi, our photographer.
Radhe.
Oh my God. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Nice to see you.
Big hug to you and have a nice day, time with all the group.
Wow.
And also big hug to Himagiri.
Yeah.
We love
Thank
you.
you.
Nice to
Radhe.
see you.
I love you. Thank you.
Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
He was actually, I think, what is your name again? Sanatan? No. What?
Sanatan. He told
Sanatan.
Sanatan.
I forgot. Yes, Sanatan. He was in June. He came with the group of Himagiri, and we had a very beautiful time together here. I just saw him now after a long time. So, usually the children who like to have sweets on their mouth are very happy to receive this kheer, the sweet rice. But this child was amazing, always turn his head away. And so the parents realized this child needs some prasad. He will not take any sweet rice, which was cooked by, anyone. No, it has to be prasad. Means why we make these offerings to Radha Mahan, to our Thakurjis. We do it so we have a nice energy of love and devotion in everything that we put in our bodies. That is the secret of prasad. So Narottam Das Thakur, he was from childhood only attracted to prasad. I think some others were like this, but I forgot. So it's a special sign. Like nowadays, as a child, I was eating everything that the parents put in my mouth because I'm a very greedy and ignorant person. But special souls, they come and they have also already a higher taste of this, blessed, divine prasad. That is explained here that Narottam, he wants to only eat prasad, Krishna prasad. That is very special. And it's also very special if we can give our children prasad, some blessings, something to bring love, something to connect with divine love. Every day, a little bit. And to also help the children to understand this principle of prasad. That is the flying mercy. The flying mercy is always something that Gurudev was explaining. It comes from the lips of Radha Mohan. And because it comes from the lips, it is so sweet and it is so relishable and nourishing my soul, my inner consciousness about who I am. That is prasad and the flying kisses. And of course, there are so many, many deep meditations about prasad and the power of prasad. So Narottam Das Thakur, he came from the family also of a Raja, of a king. And his father's name is Sri Krishnananda. And according to the family tradition, this deity of Sri Krishna was worshipped in the house of his father. And when the prasad was brought from his deity, Narottam, baby Narottam, began to blissfully eat it. So that is not artificial, that this baby, he liked to have prasad. He likes to eat the mercy, the flying kisses, the feelings of exchange and love that is happening through sanctifying, or let's say connecting our cooking with the divine, love or divine feelings. Often I think, well, they don't need to eat, no? Radha and Krishna, they have so many offerings. My mind is very tricky. Sometimes my mind says, oh, they get so much nice prasad in Mungeraj Mandir. Why should I cook? My mind is very naughty. But actually, yes, it's a personal exchange. And it happens between Thakurji or our dearmost Radha Mohan, Nitai Gauranga, and those who are having them in their homes, in their altars, in their hearts. And I know devotees who told me, oh, I do my offering inside. I do the manasik offering. But I tell you, I'm not so advanced. I like to do a plate and a drink and, give them whatever I can give them, or I try to connect in the feeling of love and loving exchange. That is the meaning of prasad. So from this day on, when the king was seeing that his son was so elevated that he only accepts this prasad from Krishna, they had a Krishna deity, Sri Krishna. Of course, probably also maybe Srimati Radhika, it's not mentioned. So then he said that everyone should only give him Krishna prasad. He was very conscious. The king was very conscious to receive a child that had such a sensitivity that he didn't want to accept anything that was not the prasad or the Adaramrita, the leftover remnants and touched by Krishna's mouth or Srimati Radhika's mouth. And it always helps me to remember the importance of offering, my love in the form of cooking and in the form of thinking of them. Because for myself, it is very easy to think about Krishna or Srimati Radhika as an all-pervading truth. That is very easy. I like to feel them everywhere and see them everywhere. But what I have to learn is to become more personal. That I see that they are there, they need new clothes, they need more food, they want to have an exchange. Radhe Radhe Gurudev, Annaka Ji, Jayananda Maharaj, Mahatma Ji, Radhe Radhe. See, Gurudev is also accepting prasad. So nice. Radhe Radhe, everyone. We are just talking about the importance of prasad, Gurudev. And Narottam Das Thakur was so special that even as a baby in his Annaprasan prasad ceremony, he will only take prasad. He will not accept anything else. And it seems that his consciousness was so elevated. Srila Narottam's extraordinary bodily luster, sharp intelligence, and sweet words attracted everyone's heart. So just this morning, I was meditating about some of the qualities of Srimati Radhika, and one of the very obvious qualities is her sweet words and her sweet voice. And now we hear also that Srila Narottam, as a child even, he had sweet words. And I remember on the Sunday class, Gurudev said to us how to read and how to express. We tried to make it a sweet voice, a sweet feeling, and a good, also strong voice, so that the feelings can transfer, even by this media of Zoom. Well, we are countries and continents apart, but we can transfer the feelings that we have when we are touched also by reading or by the, things that we hear from each other. So the sweet words that attracted everyone's heart are so important because it is an expression of love, of consciousness also. As we remember, Srila Narottam Das Thakur is in his eternal form, Champaka Manjari. So here we see also that even from childhood on, he was sweet. He was very sharp and very attractive because also he was shining. His love was shining from inside to out, shining in his words, shining in his bodily effulgence, and shining also with a smartness that was very attractive. At the age of 5, Sri Narottam received the chalk in the hand and began his studies. So he already was such a good student that at 5 years, the parents give him into the studies and the chalk. And I remember, you also remember, Uddhavji, and all of you maybe, how when we go to school, at that time, the teacher was writing the chalk, writing on the board and the black or the blue board. And then sometimes also they call the students to also do some writing or learn the subject. So, and he, from his childhood, he showed extraordinary capacity in learning Sanskrit scriptures like Vyakaran. And he mastered all these scriptures in a very short time. So we have heard about this, that many, like Rupa Goswami and also Sanatana Goswami, and many of them in their childhood, and even Chaitanya, our Gauranga, he also learned the Sanskrit logic shastras, Nyaya. There are many, many different kind of shastras in the Vedas, but many of them who went to university of knowledge, they started with these lectures or with these classes, and they could, easily go through the subjects. It was not difficult for them. Like, ourselves, and sometimes the Sanskrit and all these, shastras, they are a little bit difficult, but for them, it was natural and they like to do it. And that's why they started with 5 years so early. And then later on, they became, in their adulthood, they became only ecstatic. They just lived in their feelings. Although they had this vast knowledge, they had this vast intelligence, later on, they just gave it up into the feelings of their devotion and into the feelings of their services. They master the scriptures in a very short time. So that's amazing. And we feel, wow, I will never master them. But then our Gurudev is so merciful. He says, you don't need to master. Just remember that you are a dasi of Srimati Radhika. Right, Gurudev? You always say this. Don't even chant Hare Krishna. Just chant, I'm a dasi of Srimati Radhika. You said this on Sunday, Gurudev. That was so... I thought, yes, I'm such a fool. Just remember this. Don't be in the rituals.
Radhe Radhe.
Yes.
Jai. Jai Shri Radhe Jai Gurudev. Sorry, I have no camera today, so I can't. But you just inspired a memory. It is said, I don't remember if it comes from Gurudev, maybe. It is said that one word of Shastra, one word only, contains all the truth of all the universe, if we understand it properly.
Yeah, that's the matter of consciousness, of course.
Shastra, in Sanskrit they say sadhu. The words of sadhu, like my Uddhava, sadhu, Shastra, you see in Shastra. And Guru Vakya. These are all one, never with three type, three varieties. Sadhu will say same thing Shastra you can find. Shastra is to confirm. Guru Vakya is also talking that. It cannot be separate. Chitte se karo akho means you fix it in mind, it will never diverge and in between.
Oh.
Akho. One point. This is the beauty of sadhus. Realize so.
Wonderful. Thank you, Gurudev.
This is also
Yes.
Narottam Das Pratna you coming. Yeah.
Means that the realized soul, the completely realized soul, only speaks truth.
Shastra. What he will speak, it will be Shastra.
It will be Sastra, exactly.
Although
So
he
if
not
we,
speak, but he will never say out of Shastra.
Because the influence of Pradini Shakti, protection of Pradini Shakti. Therefore, Sadhu say is protected by Radhika.
Jai Ho.
This is Radha Das. They never create conflict in between.
Radha Dasi living in Radha Shakti is always expressing all the things with a very sweet and loving heart. And so
And they will never
everything,
conflict of.
yes. That's a good thing to meditate on. No? Before I say something, before I act in a certain way, what is the effect? Is it glorifying Srimati Radhika? Is it in the love of her heart, in her service mood? So from his very childhood, the princely Narottam had an extraordinary love for Sri Harinam, for the holy name, for Srimad Bhagavat, for the devotees of the Lord and the deities of the Lord, and seeing his disinterest in sense gratification, his loving father Krishnananda and his dedicated mother Narayani became worried.
His point. You have something. Yeah.
While the devotees became astonished and ecstatic.
Yes, I'm going now.
So we see that the parents, they were so loving and so much supporting, but they also became a little bit worried because in the Indian culture, the son is supposed to take over the duties of the kingdom, and he was a king, so he was the only son. And we have this in many occasions, that they like that the child is a spiritual personality, but if they see that they have no interest, even like Raghunath Das Goswami, we know also, then the parents become worried, and then the parents, they think, my God, what will happen if he does not take the responsibility of our country or of our village or of our kingdom? There was a very saintly Brahmana in Keturi. His name was Sri Krishna Das. from Sri Narottam heard about Sri Gaura Hari and his loving associates every day. This made him weep and cry out, Ha Gauranga! So we see here this connection of them is eternal, because Gauranga was not anymore on this planet, but still he was listening about the Leelas and the life from a very saintly Brahmana, and he became so attracted. This is what his heart was yearning, to be in the association of the Vaishnavas. One day Narottam had a dream in which he saw Sri Nityananda Prabhu telling him to go and bathe in the Padmavati river, to accept the jewel of Prema that Sriman Mahaprabhu had deposited there. See, now the stories, they become connected. Last Tuesday, we heard how Narottam was expected to take birth, and Mahaprabhu or Gauranga was calling his name in that village, in that river. Oh, Narottam. Now we hear that Narottam, as the eternal servant of Srimati Radhika, of Sri Gauranga, also had the same longing. He was calling, Ha Gauranga. And he heard in his dream Gauranga call him, or Nityananda. Actually, it was Nityananda. Nitai, is the Guru Tattva, is calling us for certain services, and especially when they are giving the services to the great souls who have come from the divine abode to take, a role here in their leelas, then this connection is already very deep. So one day Narottam had a dream in which he saw Sri Nityananda telling him to go and bathe in the Padmavati river, to accept the jewel of Prema that Mahaprabhu had deposited there. So that's very interesting, because Mahaprabhu knew that this special Dasi would come and continue what he wanted to be continued here on this earth planet in this Kali Yuga. And that's why he sent Nityananda to tell Narottam, but both of them had already left the planet. But Mahaprabhu, Narottam got up early in the morning after this dream. And when he began to go down into the water of the Padmavati river, it was close by. Her waters began to swell, because this river, Padmavati, she was asking Gauranga, how can I recognize the personality that you are describing to me, that I should give this prema? How will I know? Because so many people come here, also saints and holy persons. And then she was told that you will feel the rising of your emotions. That is the meaning of her waters begin to swell.
It's amazing.
Yes, it is amazing.
It's amazing that this is possible to put emotions to store somewhere. This is more than amazing, right? Not only to store, but also make a special for only one person. So there are emotions. Bath is there. He put on a special place in a river, and not everybody got it. Only this one person. It's amazing how this can be possible.
Yes.
Emotions are personal. God is the personality of God.
Yeah. But how to store it there in a river?
Oh, I think the bhav, the emotions, the world reality is made of emotions. And the question is, how to open the door to let them come. And that happened in the river.
Mhm.
Yes, and Gauranga himself, he was storing the emotions, and you know what he told? He said to Nityananda, you were crying so much, and I collected your feelings, your prema. I collected them, I kept them, and I put them now here. And he was showing us also like this, the importance of Nitai, of Ananga Manjari again and again, how to connect us with the deepest feelings of divine love.
And it's not depending on time. We can see when he left it, Narottam was not here on the planet, right?
No, he was just going to come.
So that means this is a mystic power somehow to store something over a time.
Mm-hmm.
What is actually only aware, you cannot only aware in the same moment, like emotions. Emotions are there, coming and going by two persons. And here we can see these emotions are there, and they are, even after years, they're coming out. This is a special, it's hard to understand.
But this is also like very important for us when we know that we can also connect to the emotions of Narottam Das Thakur like we are doing now. Mm-hmm. We might not be like a, self-realized personality on the level that Narottam Das Thakur is, but still the subject is how to connect to the feelings of the great masters.
That is
and
the
great
subject.
Huh?
Yes, that is the subject.
And we can connect by connecting my feelings, our feelings, to their feelings, or even only desiring it. Even many devotees, they say, and I also say, I have no emotions. I feel like a stone today, or some, non-emotional covering is there in my heart due to some blockages and some material, identification or some problems. But then when the emotions are again put in the right flow or in the right direction, and we connect with the words in the songs, especially in the prayers of Narottam Das Thakur here in this case, then also my emotions can be clear again. And that is actually, I feel, an ongoing process. How to clear my emotions and to focus my emotions to the emotions of the dasis of Srimati Radha.
Mm-hmm. I think this is just what I feel too, Suniti. Very nice. And the one who opens us to these emotions, that is Guru.
Yes.
Guru Kripa means opening us to this world of emotion.
So in a way we could say, that was a special mercy for Narottam. But not only for Narottam, because this was for generations to come to flow in the love of that, mercy of Nitai, of Gauranga, who want to connect with that by connecting to the feelings, especially also expressed in his songs and in this Prema Bhakti Candrika.
And I feel that they use a medium. In this case, it was a water. And in another case, they use a medium like a book to store the feelings inside. And also, we have to understand that the Guru is a medium. This bhav is there in this medium. There is one water, there is a book, and there is a guru, a person who is the pipeline where these feelings are continuously flowing. So then you see the power of Chaitanya he can put these feelings everywhere, even in the hearts of a lion or a tiger, not lion, a tiger, a deer. He can use everything in the material world to overcome these feelings, even water. So this is for me, it's amazing how powerful this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, where he put his emotions, his love, his bhav, everything what comes in contact to them was infected. And still we can see in Guru how powerful it is. And what you say, Uddhava, we have to be open for this. Then it can happen.
This is just what I feel. I really so strongly, I'm so grateful that you say this about Mahaprabhu. I think this is exactly how to understand the meaning of his appearance. That before Mahaprabhu, then the feeling, the prem, the emotion, the feeling was a monopoly. And he came and give it to everyone. Everyone is qualified now to have access to this.
Yeah.
That is the Udaya, the greatest mercy and the greatest compassion that Gauranga and Nityananda came to share, give, and we can, when our pots are open, I can receive also. Jai Nitai! So let's hear what then happened. Shri Narottam got up early in the morning, and when he began to go down into the water of the Padmavati river, her waves began to swell. Recognizing Narottam, Padmavati gave him the jewels of Prema that Sriman Mahaprabhu had deposited in her. When Narottama received this Prema, his complexion, his bodily effulgence changed, and he became overwhelmed with great feelings of ecstatic love. Bathing in his own tears, he danced around frantically. So he got the virus of Prem. He got the feelings of Nitai. And Gurudev, isn't it that, we are living from the feelings of the mercy of Nitai? Because even Gauranga, he said, it is your tears that I have stored. Oops, we cannot listen, Gurudev.
No voice.
Can someone open the mic there in Gurudev's room for us to hear? Thank you.
One Japanese devotee going, so they are doing kirtan and this.
Oh, nice. I just wanted to listen one drop of your mouth, Gurudev, about the glories of Nitai, how he, his tears, his feelings, Mahaprabhu distributed, because Nitai is the Akhanda Guru Tattva, and they are distributed and received through Nitai's mercy.
All Guru's Guru is Nitai. Because she is Radhika's sister.
Yes.
Avadut, because he say, I'm a brother of Krishna, but he behaved like a sister of Radhika. This is Nitai.
Mystical Gurudev.
He's Avadut. Because of this, he is Avadut. He says something, do something.
Mm-hmm.
He is always in Raman. Because he is a Manjari also, a Sakhi also. Manjari, not. But when he becomes Sakhi, he has to follow the Radhika order to go to Krishna. Then he becomes Sakhi. That time he always in Raman with Krishna. Extraordinary Shakti. And always serving to Radhika because she is the Pandit. Only Nitai can do this. We cannot.
So serving both, serving Krishna as the brother who is helping or whatever needs, and Srimati Radhika as the Manjari, and also Srimati Radhika in her desires to please Mohan.
Yeah, Sakhi.
Mm-hmm.
Anything at a one person, people become crazy to understand it.
Cannot grasp it from material feelings.
No, impossible. And this is mercy of Nitai.
Oh, Radhe.
Oh, Sri Radhe.
So when Narottam received this prema, his complexion changed and he became overwhelmed with great feelings of ecstatic love. Ecstatic means he was dancing, he was crying, he was rolling on the ground. He became, like Gurudev said, also avadut, because everyone who receives this prema bhakti, and especially this prema bhakti of Nitai Gauranga in this Kali Yuga, for all souls to be able to become servants of divine Srimati Radhika, by the mercy of Nitai, by the mercy of Guru, that is an extraordinary ecstasy. Bathing in his own tears, he danced around frantically. And we hear also that Narottam was so empowered by Nityananda's love and prema that when he was singing in this mood, then Nitai or Gauranga would appear and dance in that kirtan. Many devotees have witnessed that, and it's written down also in his biography. And it's a very mystical and also inspiring feeling to connect that when there's so much feeling and so much desire in the heart, then Nitai and Gaur will come and pick us up. Gurudev will come and pick us up. We are all connected through each other's feelings. That is an open secret. It happens to all of us. But then again, when the father and mother saw this of Narottam, they felt that he was becoming mad, like a disease of madness has caught him. And they became very worried. Like our parents, I mean, we are not Narottam Das Thakur, but also when we were younger and we started to chant mantra, and then the parents were worried also, what is going to become of my baby boy or baby girl? But it is all good. There's no harm in becoming a receptacle of mercy, a receiver of mercy and love.
You see Raghunathas, parents of Raghunath.
Yes.
They try to lock him somewhere.
Yes. Because they needed somebody to take care of their lives, inheritance, and yeah. Nowadays also some devotees, they have problems. Not all, but some. Because the family members, they don't like that they become mad in the holy name. And
but also to do nothing. So some are become inactive.
Yeah, that's another point, of course. But still, with the mercy of Nityananda, we all become blessed to do the services that are, inviting us also to help myself to grow spiritually and help others also. And that's also good if desire. He always say, multiply.
We cannot, what is vergleichen?
Compare
Compare this ecstatic ecstasy of Raghunath or
Narottam.
Narottam with those, we say, devotees who these are really self-realized souls then. And those kind of self-realized souls are very rare to find. Isn't it?
Yes.
We should not compare this with others.
No. But by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, our spiritual life will also be blessed and successful. That's all. That's the possibility. And even others may judge and criticize, but the mercy of Nitai and Gauranga is there for all of us at the same time.
We also can see the parents of St. Francis, right? Or the parents of Jesus. They all was more than disturbed.
Shocked.
Because these they become complete useless for the world. And they have some fear because of this. Because they like to see the so-called normal Entwicklung,
Development.
But then a normal development is not happening.
Yes, it happens as it happens. Sometimes the children are too spiritual, or maybe they also become not as spiritual enough. But we all take it as Radharani's mercy. We don't like to, like we have heard, no, that the quality of a dasi, of someone who is very close to Ananda, our Ladini Shakti, our Srimati Radhika, is a sweet words, and always, like Gurudev said, I want to close the circle like this after 1 hour. That the dasi and the mood of the divine servants, it's not to create any conflict, to be harmonizing, to be inspiring, and to be in the sweetest mood that I can be. And if the mood is not so sweet, then I just try to increase the sweetness. I have to drink some more sugarcane juice of Prema Katha and lift the spirits. So we are all in that category of floating in the different feelings that are coming every day and in all different circumstances, but to always be in the sweetness of service of Srimati Radhika's mood. That is our destiny. That is our eternal position. That is my innermost, home. To be home in that sweetness and to come out of any other mood as much as I can during the day, during my week. And I just want to be practical, because we are speaking here about very exalted personalities. And like you said, we are not all on this level, but we want to connect with that. We want to serve that, and we want to cherish this great mystic element of how to receive feelings and how to increase feelings for the spiritual development and for the service. Okay, is there anyone else who wants to share on this subject? I see there are so many nice devotees here. Also, I saw our dear Rajeshwari with her kids, and I'm so happy to see you and to be with you. Radhacharan, you want to add something? I see you are chanting like mad. Hey, Rajeshwari. I can only say, from observing Gurudev in his likings, also especially the songs of Narottam Das Thakur, have a very deep impact And that's why also we invite so many singers in our Munge Raj Monday who are singing the deep Pratana songs. And I see always how inspired we all are by these songs when we hear them early in the morning. And I can only say for myself that the life story of the saints have always been a big hope for me that something will uplift also in my dull consciousness. And especially Narottam Das Thakur, he is so extraordinary in his way of how he was sharing with the devotees. He was not writing any big scriptures. He was mostly singing. And that singing is by the heart, by the feelings, and by the tears, with his sweetest connection to being, a Dasi of Srimati Radhika, and also inspiring others to realize that they have this beautiful, beautiful chance right now. And very mystical how to connect with the divine or spiritual feelings to each other and to uplift each other in that regard and to connect again and again. Even if I lose my connection, there's always a hope and a chance to connect again and again. Right, Uddhavji? What is your feeling?
What to say, yes? No, I'm there.
Okay.
I was deep in some thoughts.
Mm.
Yes, anything that leads us to connect is divine. All the things you name and all the ways you describe daily life. I'm particularly happy about cooking that you said earlier. These are places where we can find this opening towards Prema, where we can find the opening towards this reservoir that Sundara was describing before. It's all around us. I insist that it's not, Prema is not hiding away a special place in a cave on a mountain. Radhe, Radhe. That it's everywhere.
Prema it's everywhere, yes.
It's everywhere, and our only challenge is to connect to it. And Guru is the most powerful connection, but a beautiful poem, a tasteful prasad dish, a beautiful smile, a small caress. These are small places where we connect to Prema. So we must make them bigger.
Yes, let the love grow.
Radhe Radhe